Golf is considered to be one of the most demanding sports in the world in terms of its difficulty and the skills required to play it. For instance, putting a golf ball into a hole from a very short distance can seem easy, but in reality it can be very challenging, even for professionals. So stay tuned and don't go away, because today we're looking at the most embarrassing moments of professional golfers. First up, how on earth can a pro golfer miss a short putt? Let's take a look. Believe it or not, there have been a number of missed short putts by golf pros over the years. Some of the putts have been extremely important, while others were just downright embarrassing. To highlight these humiliating putts, we've compiled a list of the most embarrassing putts by some of the best golfers in the world. Unfortunately for some of these pros, these lousy putts have even cost them major championship titles. So if you're a recreational golfer who's frustrated with their short game, or putting in particular, this is probably going to make you feel a whole lot better. So for our first embarrassing putt, we're going to take you back to 1989 at the Masters in Augusta, Georgia. Golfers Nick Faldo and Scott Hawk were neck and neck after 72 holes of golf, and both golfers ended their 4 rounds of play at 5 under par. Faldo won his first major 2 years earlier at the Open and was hoping to become the first Englishman to wear the famed green jacket that is given to Masters champions. But on Faldo's first extra hole, the 10th, it looked like he was in trouble. Faldo approached the greenside bunker, and Hawk had 2 putts from 25 feet to win the first major championship of the year. Hawk's first putt went 2 feet past the hole, but then messed up on his second. Faldo then birdied on the second extra hole and won. Hawk did have a successful career, but those bad putts cost him the Masters championship, and he never won a major championship in his entire career. Next up, what are some of the most embarrassing putts in Open Championship history? You're about to find out. We're taking you back to 1970 and what is known as St. Andrews, the venue of the Sanders drama. The 1970 Open Championship had a lineup of big-name golf stars at the time, and a playoff was underway to decide who would be the victor. In the end, it would turn out to be Jack Nicklaus's second of 3 Open victories, but as you're about to see, the Golden Bear, a moniker given to Nicklaus, was lucky to walk away with his second Open Championship win. Fellow American golf pro Doug Sanders saved his par at the 17th hole after encountering the infamous road hole bunker, and he took a one-shot lead up to the 72nd hole. Sanders drove the ball straight down the middle on the 18th hole and only needed a par to win the championship. But then, the most unthinkable and embarrassing thing happened to Sanders. He somehow managed to miss a straightforward par putt from a distance of 3 feet. Sanders then lost the playoff, and he never got to win one of the Big Four tournaments again. This putt goes down as one of the most embarrassing putts in professional golf history, and it's still talked about in golfing circles today. Up next, what are some of the most embarrassing moments in recent golf history? Let's take a look. One of the most embarrassing moments in professional golf history came in August of 2016 with one of the best golfers in the world, Ernie Els. Ernie will always be remembered as a brilliant golfer who's a 4-time major winner with 2 Open and 2 U.S. Open championship victories. One tournament Els never won, though, was the Masters, and his embarrassing moment in 2016 is the reason why. At the time, Els was only 46, but he was obviously not in the prime of his career, and the South African golf legend was playing the first hole on the opening round of the Masters tournament. When Els's approach finished off the green, it looked like he was on course for a satisfying opening par when he chipped the golf ball up to within 3 feet of the hole. Not only did Els, whose nickname is the Big Easy, miss the par putt, he then walked off the first green after scoring a 9 and 6 putted. Ouch! Talk about embarrassing. To this day, it remains the highest ever first hole score in the history of Masters tournaments, with Els signing off on a first round 80. It's also proof that even the greatest golfers in the world aren't infallible, and that sometimes the pressure that comes with competing in high-end tournaments can get the better of them. Stay tuned and don't go away, folks, because we've got more of the most embarrassing moments of professional golfers coming your way. Next up, have embarrassingly bad putts ever cost pro golfers big cash prizes? You bet. Imagine coming close to winning $10 million at a golf tourney, but because of some seriously bad putting, you lose. Well, that's exactly what happened to Brandt Snedeker at the 2016 BMW Championship. And although the BMW Championship is not considered a major tournament, it is well known for its big cash prizes. When Snedeker was playing the 72nd hole at the 2016 BMW Championship, all he needed was a bogey to ensure his spot among the 30 players and advance in the tournament. Snedeker only had 2 putts from 14 feet to secure his spot in the tourney, but on his first putt, he rolled 3 feet past the hole and was left with what is often referred to as a knee knocker. Snedeker's putt for bogey didn't succeed, and he was instantly frustrated. Not thinking clearly, he rushed the second putt, missed that one too, and audible gasps could be heard coming from the crowd. Most recently, at the 2020 U.S. Open Championship, golf pro Danny Lee, who hails from New Zealand, had an amazing meltdown on the green after an embarrassingly bad putt after 6 putting on the final hole of the 3rd round. What makes this even more amazing is that Lee's first putt was only 4 feet from the hole. Lee was so embarrassed and angry that he smacked the putter onto his back. Ultimately, Lee withdrew from the final round, citing a wrist injury. Up next, what is the shortest and most embarrassing missed putt in golf history? Let's take a look. Many golf insiders believe that the award for shortest putt ever missed in PGA Tour history goes to Ricky Fowler, and thanks to Fowler's lousy putt, he missed the cut in the 2020 PGA Tour Championship. If you look at Fowler's embarrassingly bad putt, there's a lot you can learn from it. And the lesson is, just because your ball is close to the hole doesn't mean you should take the shot nonchalantly and be overconfident. You should always take your time, focus, be patient, and make sure you've properly lined up the shot, no matter how close your ball is to the hole. An important lesson to always keep in mind. But sometimes the most embarrassing moments in golf aren't just about how players make their shots. As we're about to see, embarrassing golf moments can come in many forms. And for some reason, 2012 sticks out in the minds of many golfers as a year that was rife with embarrassing moments for golf. Next up, what are some of the most embarrassing moments from 2012? Let's take a look. At the United States Golf Association's premier event, a deforestation and environmental activist known as the Jungle Bird Man decided to use the spotlight for his own marketing purposes, just as the U.S. Open champion Webb Simpson was doing a live interview and holding the tournament's prize trophy. As NBC's Bob Costas was speaking with Simpson, an intoxicated Jungle Bird Man made his move, put his face in front of the camera, and began cawing like a bird. A U.S. Open official was quick to respond and pulled Jungle Bird Man away from the camera and off the green. Fans thought that the Jungle Bird Man stunt was funny, a light-hearted joke, but Costas and Simpson's reaction was, well, a little on the arrogant side. Simpson followed up with a snide remark and said, "Enjoy the jail cell, pal," and Costas remained stone-faced. Following the stunt, Jungle Bird Man made a stop at the Jimmy Kimmel Show and explained that he does these sorts of stunts at sporting events to raise awareness about deforestation. Members of the San Francisco Police Department at the U.S. Open identified the man who calls himself Jungle Bird as Andrew James Dudley, age 40, of Wallasey, England. The police never filed any charges against the Jungle Bird Man for a stunt and said that he never broke any laws. Jungle Bird's ticket for the U.S. Open gave him access to the grounds, including the 18th green, and there's no laws in San Francisco against a person making bird sounds. Finally, are embarrassing moments in pro golf uncommon? Embarrassing moments in professional golf are not at all uncommon. If you follow the sport and routinely watch golf either live or on TV, you'll see that there are plenty of instances when golfers make mistakes and want to crawl inside of a dark hole and simply fade away into oblivion. And that's a wrap for today's video, folks. Hit us with that like button and subscribe to our channel because we've got a ton of great videos headed your way.